I just don't understand this. I really don't understand it. The Olympics are struggling. They're not just struggling. The Olympics are a dying brand. I mean, they're dying. Last summer in Tokyo, least watched Olympics of all time. NBC didn't have to worry about that record standing for very long. 6 months later, the Winter Olympics shattered the record lows set in Tokyo. There are many reasons that the Olympics are struggling right now. For one, people have realized that the IOC is more corrupt than the US government. Cities around the world are refusing to host the Olympics. It creates logistical nightmares for host cities. For nearly 3 weeks, millions of added people are in town. Host cities spend hundreds of millions of dollars building facilities, building arenas. After the Olympics leave, they just sit empty. The main reason the Olympics are dying, they allowed themselves to become politicized. And when I say politicized, I mean woke. Don't you dare wear a MAGA hat. That is not allowed. But if you want to dye your hair purple and green and flash some meaningless X hand sign on the podium like Raven Saunders did, that is exercising your freedom of expression. I mentioned the struggles of the Olympics because it ties into today's topic. If you are a struggling brand, you've lost 15, 20 million people in your audience. Are you looking for ways to re-attract them? Or do you make decisions that ensure they're never coming back? You guys are smart. You know what you would do. But this is the IOC we're talking about, an organization filled with corrupt great resetters. And if you don't know what the Great Reset is, I encourage you to look it up. Things will start to make sense. Earlier this week, Woke Illustrated, previously known as Sports Illustrated, published a lengthy interview with Lia Thomas. This is only the second time that Lia Thomas has ever been interviewed. The first, I believe, was with Swim Swam, and it was on video. Lia Thomas came off looking like a pompous asshole in that interview. I guess she learned from her mistake. This interview with Woke Illustrated was published as an article. And when I say it's lengthy, it is lengthy. It took me 15, 20 minutes just to read through it. I give credit to Sports Illustrated, though. If the goal was to humanize Lia Thomas, they succeeded. Hell, they essentially turned her into a victim of her own success. Look at this poor identifier. She has been so mistreated by her critics, otherwise known as normal people. All she wants to do is swim, but people will not allow her to enjoy her success. At one point during the interview, Lia Thomas stated, "I am not a man, I am a woman." You know, I was never that good at biology. Science was never my thing. But I can tell you with 100% confidence. If you have a dick, you're a dude. If you have a vagina, you're a woman. Does Lia Thomas have a little Peter in her pants? Yes. Okay, he's a fucking dude. Several times throughout the article, Lia Thomas mentions how she feels. I feel like a woman. I feel like I have gender dysmorphia. Just because you feel something doesn't make it true. I can feel like running 5 miles. Does it mean I will? I can feel like the most handsome man in America. Does that mean Gisele Bundchen is dumping Tom Brady to be with me? Lia Thomas can feel like a woman, but I hate to break the news. You're still a fucking dude. I am so sick of this identifier bullshit. Say what you will about Bruce Jenner becoming Caitlyn Jenner. You may not agree with it. You may think it's weird. But you know what? I can respect Caitlyn Jenner. She's not looking to be accommodated. She's not looking to be victimized. Bruce Jenner wanted to be a woman, chopped his cock off, added an extra hole. He became a she. Caitlyn Jenner is not looking to be in grandma beauty pageants. She's not looking to run a triathlon against people in wheelchairs. Caitlyn Jenner is just being who she thinks she is. Society, we as a society, we have a tendency to lump trans people into this victim category. Why? Because that's how they're portrayed in the media. The media paints this narrative that trans people are these fragile little kittens just looking to be loved for who they are. We must make accommodations for them. I don't think most of them are like that. One of my long-term supporters is a trans woman. She's been with me damn near from the beginning. She was the first one to sign up for my Patreon. She keeps me informed about what's going on in the trans community. This woman cannot stand Lia Thomas. Why? Because she doesn't like what Lia Thomas represents, which is everything I just told you. All trans people are victims. I don't have anything against Lia Thomas personally. My problem comes in when she tries to spin the narrative, painting herself as the victim. In order to be a victim, someone has to do something against you. Someone steals your wallet, you're a victim. Someone physically abuses you, you're a victim. Someone looks down at their cell phone, slams into the back of your car, you're a victim. But if you're confused about your gender and you drive your car off a fucking mountain, you're not a victim. You're a dumbass. The only thing Lia Thomas is a victim of is her own arrogance and stupidity. She is a victim of the circumstances that she created. How the hell did you think people were going to react when you're a dude and you want to compete against women? Lia Thomas wants to pretend that she is a victim of discrimination. Someone please tell me how Lia Thomas is being discriminated against. Have you ever noticed no one has shit to say about her little buddy Isaac Hennig? You know why? Isaac Hennig may have dreams of having a schlong in her pants, but she understands the reality. She doesn't. So she's not competing against the men, she's competing against the women. She's also doing that for selfish reasons because she knows she would get smoked swimming against dudes. Lia Thomas announced in this Woke Illustrated interview that she was not wrapping up her career at the NCAA championships later this month. No! She can't deny America the gift of watching her walk on water. She is trying to parlay this attention into a career. Lia Thomas wants to be the Megan Rapinoe for confused people across the country. Who knows? Maybe she will even dye her hair purple and blow fire out her ass. Lia Thomas said, "I want to be a beacon of hope for trans children in America. I want to show little boys and girls that they too can identify as an ostrich and eat worms out of the ground." I don't know about you guys, but when I think of role models for children, Lia Thomas is always at the top of my list. I would rather my nephews look up to LeBron James than someone who can't figure out why they have a dick in their pants. Lia Thomas told Woke Illustrated that she wants to be on the 2024 Olympic team. And guess what? The Olympics will allow it. USA Swimming came out and said, "We welcome Lia Thomas to our team. The Russians use dope to cheat. The Chinese find creative ways to cheat. Here in America, we use our men to win and call them women." I'm sure this will be a huge rating success for the 2024 Summer Olympics. People are already not watching because the Olympics have become so woke. I'm sure allowing Lia Thomas to use that propeller in her pants to motor her way to a gold medal will bring in millions of viewers. How do you think the rest of the world is going to react to this? Lia Thomas is not accepted here in America, where you have the freedom to be whoever the hell you want to be. How do you think Russia, China, how do you think they're going to react? You know what they call transgender people in China? Illegal. Forget about being a dude and competing against women athletically. In China, if you're a dude and you call yourself a woman, you will be right alongside the Uyghur Muslims. I hope you have a strong back and strong arms because you'll be shoveling shit all day. You know what I find strange? When it comes to trans people, how many times have you heard someone say, "I knew at birth I was born the wrong gender. When I was 5 years old, I was playing with Barbies instead of G.I. Joes." How many times have you heard that? Guess when Lia Thomas figured out she was born the wrong gender? When she was transitioning from high school to college, which means for 17, 18 years, Will Thomas was fine being a dude. Suddenly gets to college, wants to become a woman. Maybe he wasn't having luck with the ladies in school, figured he would have a better chance sleeping with a woman if he became a woman. Hell, I don't know. What I do know, if Lia Thomas is allowed to compete against women in the Olympics, it will be a disaster. It'll be interesting to see how the woke media covers the story, because They're going to get kicked out of their bed with China. They're going to be stuck. Do we defend our trans beacon of hope, or do we satisfy our master? Let me know what you guys think of Lia Thomas possibly competing in the 2024 Summer Olympics. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys tomorrow.